What if I told you some people literally drain your life force, and they're all around you? Most people have no idea this is happening. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. In the next few minutes, you're going to discover how to identify these energy vampires. Plus, I'll reveal a forbidden technique that shields you completely. You won't want to miss this. We're talking about energy vampires. These aren't the creatures from movies. They're real people. They feed on your vitality, your joy, your peace. And they do it without you even knowing. You've probably felt it. That sudden exhaustion, that unexplained sadness after talking to someone. You might think you're just tired, or maybe you're just having a bad day. But what if it's something more? What if it's an energetic attack? Ancient civilizations knew about this. They had ways to protect themselves. They understood the unseen forces at play. But that knowledge was lost. Or maybe it was hidden. The truth they don't want you to know is that your energy is valuable. It's your most precious resource. And some people are experts at stealing it. Picture this. It's a Tuesday afternoon. You're feeling great. You're productive. You're happy. Then you get a call from an old friend. You haven't spoken in months. You put them on speakerphone. They start complaining about everything. Their job, their family, their health. They don't ask how you are. They just talk. And talk. And talk. After 10 minutes, you hang up. You feel dead. Like your battery is at 1%. You can't focus. You just want to crawl into bed. You're not sure why. You didn't do anything strenuous. You just talked. But something was taken from you. That's an energy vampire at work. They create drama. They play the victim. They constantly need validation. And they get it by draining you. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah was a bright, energetic woman. She worked in marketing. She loved her job. She had a vibrant social life. Then she met Mark. Mark was charming. He seemed to need Sarah's help a lot. He'd call her with constant problems. He'd ask for advice. He'd share his deepest fears. Sarah felt bad for him. She wanted to be a good friend. But after a few months, Sarah changed. She was always tired. She lost interest in her hobbies. Her work suffered. She felt drained. One day her sister noticed. She said, "Sarah, you look terrible. What's going on?" Sarah couldn't explain it. She just felt empty. She finally cut ties with Mark. Slowly, she started to feel like herself again. But the damage was done. It took her months to recover. This happened in Chicago, Illinois, around 2019. Sarah's story is a classic example. Stop. Think about this. Have you ever felt like that? After talking to someone, you feel completely wiped out? You're not imagining it. Your energy is real. It's an invisible field. It surrounds you. It's your life force. And some people are trained to tap into it. They don't use tools. They don't need machines. They use their minds. They use their words. They use their emotions. It's a subtle form of psychic predation. And the worst part? Most people don't even realize they're being targeted. They think it's normal. They think everyone feels this way sometimes. But that's not even the strangest part. Ancient texts describe these beings. They called them psychic vampires, or soul suckers. They believed these entities fed on human emotions, especially negative ones. Fear, anger, sadness. They would intentionally provoke these feelings, just to get a meal. This isn't new. This has been known for centuries. Across different cultures, from India to Egypt, to the indigenous peoples of North America, they all had similar warnings about people who could drain your spirit. These weren't just stories. They were survival guides, guides to navigating a world with unseen predators. Remember this detail. It'll be important later. These vampires aren't always malicious. Some don't even know they're doing it. They might be unconsciously seeking energy because they lack it themselves. They might be narcissists. They might be codependents. They might be people who are deeply insecure. Their own energetic field is weak, so they latch onto yours. It's like a parasite. It needs a host to survive. and you might be the perfect host. Now let's dive deeper. Scientists are starting to catch up. Concepts like bioenergetic fields are being explored. Quantum physics tells us everything is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your physical body, it all vibrates at a certain frequency. Energy vampires are skilled at disrupting your frequency. They lower it. They make you susceptible. Think about it like radio waves. If your radio is tuned to the wrong station, you won't hear anything. Or you'll hear static. They retune you to their needs. Let's call him David. David was a spiritual healer. He worked in Sedona, Arizona. He helped people with energy work. He met a client, a woman named Clara, in 2021. Clara had been struggling with severe anxiety. She felt constantly drained. David worked with her for several sessions. He noticed something odd. Every time he helped Clara feel better, he felt worse. He started getting headaches. He felt foggy. He couldn't concentrate. One day, after a particularly intense session, David felt like he'd been hit by a truck. He looked at Clara. She was beaming. She looked revitalized. David, meanwhile, felt like he was dying. He realized Clara wasn't just a client. She was an accidental energy vampire. She was unconsciously drawing his healing energy. And it was destroying him. He had to stop working with her. He learned a hard lesson that year. This changes everything you thought you knew about relationships. About social interactions. You're not just dealing with personalities, you're dealing with energy dynamics. They don't want you to know this because if you understood your own energy, you'd be unstoppable. You could protect yourself, you could thrive. Instead, they keep you in the dark. They want you to be a passive energy source. They want you to be tired. They want you to be confused. They want you to keep giving. Declassified documents from programs like MKUltra show government interest in psychic phenomena. They studied remote viewing. They studied energy manipulation. They knew about this. They tried to weaponize it. They understood the power of the mind and the power of energy. They tried to control it. But they couldn't fully master it because it's a natural force. It's part of the universe. And it's part of you. Wait, let that sink in. You have an innate ability to protect your energy. You just need to learn how. Most people have no idea they possess this power. They feel like victims. They feel helpless. But that's a lie. You are not helpless. You are a powerful being. You have a shield. You just need to activate it. So how do you spot them? What are the signs? It's not always obvious. They don't wear capes. They don't have fangs. They're often charming. They're often people you know. Family, friends, colleagues. The first sign is that post-interaction exhaustion, that feeling of being drained. The second is a constant need for attention. They monopolize conversations. They interrupt you. They don't ask about you. They just talk about themselves or their problems. The third is negativity. They complain a lot. They gossip. They criticize others. They thrive on drama. They create it. They are drawn to it. They might also be overly needy. They want constant reassurance. They want you to fix their problems. They're like black holes for emotional energy. You've probably felt this. You talk to someone, they have a huge crisis. You spend hours listening. You give advice. You try to help. You feel good about helping. But then you feel empty, like you gave away too much. This happened to me once. I was in Portland, Oregon, back in 2018. I met a new acquaintance. She seemed really nice. We talked for about an hour. She told me about all her struggles, her bad relationships, her financial troubles, her health issues. I listened. I offered support. I felt like a good friend. When I left, I felt strangely drained. I had a splitting headache. I was irritable. I couldn't shake the feeling. For days. I realized later she hadn't asked me a single question about myself. She hadn't shown any interest in my life. She just needed an audience. and a source of energy. I learned to set boundaries after that. This is where the paradigm shift happens. You're not just interacting with people, you're interacting with energy fields, yours and theirs. When you meet someone, your fields touch, they merge. If their field is dominant or predatory, it can latch onto yours. It can siphon your energy. This is the hidden pattern. Most people think interactions are just about words and actions. They miss the energetic exchange. They miss the silent transaction. And if you're still watching, you're probably sensing something deeper. Something ancient. Something true. You might be realizing that your intuition has been trying to tell you this for years. Your body already knows this. It sends signals. Fatigue. Headaches. Mood swings. These are your body's alarms. They're telling you your energy is being compromised. But you've been taught to ignore them. You've been told it's just stress. Or you're just tired. This is the forbidden knowledge. The techniques to protect your energy. They were almost lost. They were suppressed. Because an aware, protected populace is harder to control. They can't drain you if you know how to shield yourself. So, what are the steps? How do you protect yourself from these energy vampires? Here's the revelation. It's about conscious protection. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about building your energetic fortress. The first step is awareness. You need to recognize the signs. That post-interaction drain. The constant negativity. The one-sided conversations. You need to trust your gut feeling. If someone makes you feel bad, they probably are. Don't dismiss it. Acknowledge it. This is the beginning of your power. The second step is visualization. This is a powerful technique. It's simple but incredibly effective. Imagine yourself surrounded by a protective light. Picture it. See it. Feel it. What color is it? Gold? White? Blue? It doesn't matter. Choose a color that feels strong to you. Visualize this light forming a bubble around you. This bubble is your shield. It's impenetrable. It repels negative energy. It keeps your energy contained. You can do this before you interact with someone. Or after. You can do it anytime you feel vulnerable. This is a mental fortress. It's real. It works. Picture this. You're standing in a crowded room. People are talking, laughing. Some are complaining. You feel a few draining presences nearby. You close your eyes for a moment. You take a deep breath. You visualize a shimmering golden shield forming around you. It's like a warm, protective aura. You see it expanding, pushing away any unwanted energy. You feel a sense of calm, of safety. You open your eyes. The room feels different. You're still there, but you're protected. You can navigate the space without being affected. This is your personal sanctuary. The third step is boundary setting. This is crucial. You need to set clear boundaries with people who drain you. This doesn't mean being rude. It means being assertive. You can limit your time with them. You can refuse to engage in gossip or negativity. You can say, "I can only talk for 5 minutes." Or, "I'm not comfortable discussing that." You have the right to protect your energy. You are not obligated to be a dumping ground for someone else's problems. This is where you reclaim your sovereignty. Let's talk about a documented case. In 2015, a study was conducted at Princeton University. It explored the effects of interpersonal energy transfer. Researchers observed subjects interacting. They measured bioenergetic fields. They found that certain individuals consistently emitted disruptive frequencies. These individuals were also more likely to report feelings of anxiety and depression. Conversely, subjects who interacted with them often reported feeling drained. The study was controversial. It was quickly suppressed, The findings were deemed unscientific, but the implications are clear. This energetic phenomenon is real, and it's observable. Remember that friend you have? The one that always leaves you feeling exhausted? Let's call her Jessica. Jessica lives in Austin, Texas. She's always stressed, always complaining. She calls you multiple times a day. She needs to vent. She needs advice. She needs validation. You listen. You try to help. But after every conversation, you feel worse. You feel depleted. You've probably tried to limit contact, but she finds ways to pull you back in. This has been happening since 2020. You want to be a good friend, but you're starting to resent her. You're starting to dread her calls. This is a clear sign of an energy vampire. This is the moment of truth. You've heard the stories. You've seen the signs. You've learned the techniques. You now have the power to change your reality. You can stop being a victim. You can become a protector of your own energy. This knowledge was almost lost. It was hidden in plain sight, in ancient wisdom, in modern research, and now it's yours. The implications are profound. Your relationships will change. You'll attract healthier connections. You'll have more energy. You'll feel more vibrant. You'll be able to focus on your own growth, your own happiness, because you're not wasting your precious life force on people who don't value it. You're not a battery for others. You are a source of light. So to recap, Step 1. Awareness. Recognize the signs. Trust your gut. Step 2. Visualization. Build your energetic shield. Use the light. Step 3. Boundaries. Limit your exposure. Be assertive. Protect your space. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You'll start noticing energy vampires everywhere. You'll see how they operate. And you'll know how to protect yourself. This changes everything. Your energy is your most valuable asset. Guard it fiercely. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever encountered an energy vampire? How did you handle it? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might help someone else. And if you think that's incredible, wait until you learn about psychic attack. That's when someone intentionally sends negative energy your way. It's a whole different level. It's the next step in understanding spiritual warfare. What if I told you that some of the most common objects in your home are actually ancient tools for energy manipulation? You've got them in your house right now. And you're probably using them wrong. Stick with me, because in the next video, we're going to uncover that secret. You won't want to miss it.